St. Kitts is known as a sugar city for its sugarcane products, rum included. Jack Widdowson, co-founder of Old Road Rum, is helping bring back that love of rum production, and a little history of the oldest rum distillery in the Caribbean. Jack, good morning. It's our pleasure to welcome you to Good Morning SKN.
Good morning. It's a pleasure to be here with you guys today.
Oh, thank you for being here. So we want to know a little bit of the history of Wingfield Estate.
Okay, so Wingfield, we have to talk about the history of the British coming into the Caribbean, because St. Kitts is the first English settlement in the Caribbean. They landed in 1624, and then they came and settled Wingfield Estate the following year. So it is actually the oldest British estate in the Caribbean, and everything for the British sort of extended out of St. Kitts to the rest of the Caribbean. So very historical place.
Nice.
What is the story of Old Road Rum?
So my family came to St. Kitts in the 70s and started Carabel Batik. Some might be familiar with that. And, Wingfield Estate was kind of a ruined place at that time. So nothing had been happening there for maybe 50 years or so. Some small things, but nothing serious. And the site was completely abandoned, ruined. And my dad kind of saw that, and I guess he became interested in that. Not really sure what it was there, but just started pulling away the weeds and everything from the site and kind of exposing it. And then wondering what these things were on the site. You see this industry, but not really sure of what it is. So that kind of led him to go into the history books and kind of uncover bit by bit what the history of this place was. And that kind of got people from all over the world interested in sugar production in St. Kitts during this time, and understanding more about the site. So volunteers from all over the world would come in and do archaeological digs and different things. And about 12 years ago, we actually we unearthed the distillery. So we knew that rum production was taking place on the site, but we didn't know where it was or anything like that. And just really by chance, we stumbled upon it one day. And that kind of, I was, a young guy, high school, kind of seeing this building kind of come out of the ground like this, and understanding about rum, and I didn't know that rum was being made in St. Kitts really in that time. So that kind of sparked this idea in my mind that maybe rum could be returned to this place. So, and here we are today, A few years later, we've now figured out how to go about that.
So were there any rum left below for you to taste?
I found bottles of different liquids on the site. I haven't had the courage yet to open it up and see what's actually what it tastes like, but
nice.
I'll keep you guys posted if I find any barrels. Yeah.
So how did you know this is something that you wanted to venture into? And I want to know, and I'm sure the GMSKN Nation want to know as well. Did you think that you would follow along the path of entrepreneurship?
Well, my father being a big entrepreneur and a massive influence on my life, understanding how he's followed his heart, his ideas, and developed a business out of it, that I think definitely gave me the confidence to go and pursue something that's difficult. Okay. There have been a lot of hurdles onto the road to bring the product to the market. You see the things that have happened in the last 2 years, but didn't see the many years leading up to this moment. So entrepreneurship is a process that is not for everybody, but if you have that courage, if you have that feeling in your heart that you want to go and pursue something, you should go out and do it.
Yes, indeed.
All right, so we're talking about it. What can you tell us about the idea or concept behind the bottle and the logo? I realized you have it there.
Right. So
can you lift it?
Yeah.
Yeah.
So the bottle and the logo, everything that we've taken for this product is coming from different cues that we've seen on the site over the years. So we would unearth bottles on the site, complete intact bottles, and we always saw that they're all very simple style. And so for me, I wanted to find something that was simple, not too ornate, in life, sometimes we overcomplicate things. And just looking at these things, I said, okay, something nice and simple would be there. And then to follow along that, we'd see documents on the site that have these sort of fonts. And so we said, okay, it would be nice to bring the old in with the new. And also, the rum industry, I feel, kind of, some of it is a bit stuck in the past. So we are in the past, but we're also in the future, and we're trying to push it into the modern way. So there's no pirates on the bottle, there's nothing like that. And it's just a focus on what it is and what's inside the bottle, especially.
Nice.
Yeah, so
Definitely authentic.
Yes, indeed.
what we're trying to be.
12 years. What does it mean for rum to be aged 12 years? And without giving away too much of your secret, why do you put them in the what is it called? The ex-bourbon gaskets?
Ex-bourbon cask, yes.
Yes.
Yes. Okay, so we are producing a 12-year aged rum. And what that means in the Caribbean is that the youngest rum in the bottle is 12 years. So it is a blend. And so we're blending pot still rum and Collins still rum together. And that process, why do we do it? It's because we feel the best rum comes with age. You sit something down for a little while and it becomes better over time. And rum definitely fits in that. Our process, we're blending and bottling. So people have just started to see us in the last 2 years. No, we did not age this rum ourselves for 12 years here in St. Kitts. Okay. This is a process of returning rum production to the site. So this is what we want to bring this back to St. Kitts. We want to bring every part of this process back here, but it starts in steps.
Okay.
So we want to blend first and understand how to do that process.
Yes.
It is a process that takes a skill and knowledge, and so we're working with partners that have helped us develop these skills here.
Nice.
The next step will be aging the rum locally, and then to finally distill rum here. Nice. And we're hoping that with everybody's support that we will get there in a reasonable time. But for us, we wanted to focus on quality, and a 12-year is where we feel the quality is.
Okay.
And yes, the rum is aged in ex-bourbon barrels. So some people might not also realize Caribbean aged rum, tropically aged rum, is the aging process happens twice as fast in the Caribbean.
Okay.
So when you're comparing it to a whiskey, for example, like a 12-year whiskey, that's more, a Caribbean 12 years more closely aligned with like a 20-plus year whiskey.
Oh, wow.
All right, so we're familiar with wine tasting. Rum tasting.
Yes.
Same thing?
Well, you could say, that you're exploring the different taste profiles that are in the liquid. So yes, there's a similarity there, for sure.
I sense a butt coming.
Well, wine and rum are very different things, right? So, we're tasting a high alcohol liquid here. So, my rum sits at 46%. Most wines are around
Would you be able to walk on the studio?
5-7%. So, yeah, it's going to be a bit of a different experience. You're going to get that heat in the front, and then your palates are going to adjust, and then you're going to taste it again and be able to taste and pick out more different things in the product there. I think we're going to do a tasting in a little bit, right?
Yeah.
Yes. Okay.
Or smelling.
Jack, can you tell us what is a rummelier?
A rummelier, so this is actually something that we've developed with the Tourism Authority. It's the first of its kind in the Caribbean, where a rummelier is somebody that we want to certify as a rum expert.
Like the sommelier, the wine expert.
That's right.
Oh, okay.
Yes. So taking some cues from the wine industry and trying to bring them over into the rum industry now.
So, Jack, how has Old Road Rum been able to grow since it began?
Okay, so, so I was actually living in Canada up until 2019. And I was working with St. Kitts Tourism there. I was promoting the destination, letting everybody know how amazing St. Kitts is as a place to come and visit. And that was a really successful time. St. Kitts in 2019 was absolutely booming. 1 million plus cruise ship passengers, 100,000 stay-over visitors. I felt it was time to come back. I had been working on this behind the scenes for a while by then, and I said, okay, I want to come back. Of course, we know 2020 what happened, right?
Yeah.
And that kind of was a process where I had to rethink what I wanted to do quite a bit there, and the end result for me was just making it about the people here and focusing on people here in St. Kitts with the product. So fast forward again, it's about June of last year, and we had gone back into another lockdown scenario, and I had just bottled my first batch, and we went straight into lockdown. So that process was actually really humbling with the amount of support that my friends and the community had towards what I was doing, because at that stage, after between the lockdowns, you'd have a grocery day. I'd be at Value Mart in the back of the truck selling bottles to people who had pre-ordered them, that sort of thing. So it's been kind of a very slow progress up to now, where I think people are really starting to recognize what it is that we're doing. People have come and enjoyed tours down with us now, down in Wingfield. It's available in most of the bars and restaurants. So yeah, the support has really been a humbling thing for me to see, and also to see something that you have in the mind for so long that then you share with everybody, and it kind of takes on its own identity from there. Like, in a lot of ways, like having a kid. I can't really relate, but so far this is where I'm at.
Okay.
So yeah.
Good stuff. I see your guest reviews of the chat. You have an 8 out of 10. How do you feel about that?
An 8 out of 10? See what we can do to get the other 2.
I know you weren't going to stick with the 8,
Yeah, we're striving for the best, the best of the best. So.
Lovely. And since we're speaking about those reviews, can you tell us about your Founders Program?
Okay, so we knew that we were going to start something special by returning rum production to St. Kitts, to Old Road and Wingfield. And, there's a over 340-year history of rum production on that site. So if we're coming back to make rum there again, we had to come good, right? We had to come good, and that's why we started with the 12-year. Okay. But we knew that with each batch, as time would go on, we'd go from one batch to batch 100, batch 1,000, hopefully one day. But there could only ever be batch 1.
Okay.
So we reserved the first 500 bottles of batch 1 for people that want to join this journey with us, want to become a part of the Old Road Rum Company as founding members. Okay. So the first 500 bottles are available to this group. Okay. People who want to, and you can go onto our website and sign up for our founding members and follow that process to become a member. Okay. There's still room. But we have nearly 200 members from all over the world now. Okay.
So what's that website, since you spoke about it? You can look into the camera and let me know.
oldroadrum.com. Please follow the link and follow all the processes and become a member.
All right, so where's the rum currently distributed, Jack?
Again, we focus really in St. Kitts and Nevis, but we're available across all the duty-free stores now, across all the major Rams locations on the island. And we've now just began the process of expanding our reach a little bit. We're now available in Antigua. We're now available in Bermuda. There's an amazing connection between St. Kitts and Bermuda. So, we're hoping to see a lot come from there. And, we're going to try and see how far we can take it. We want to carry the flag in the rum industry for St. Kitts as far as we can.
Mm-hmm. Well, we know that rum flew from that distillery in 1681. How important was it for you folks to ensure, or how important is it to be part of the cultural history of St. Kitts and Nevis?
Yeah, a big part of this is for it not to be forgotten.
Okay.
I recall 2005 when we closed the doors to the sugar industry, right after that centuries of legacy here in St. Kitts. And so, after seeing the distillery there, it sparked this idea. How could we have had this history and not known that it was there? So a big part of this is about just highlighting and bringing that forward so that these things aren't lost. 30 years before we came to be there, it was a completely overgrown and forgotten place. Now it's one of the most visited sites on the island. And it just shows that, we can take what is in some ways a difficult history that we have here into something that we can all benefit and grow from, right? Because these things were left for us here, right? So how it's up to us to really take these things and utilize them for our own benefits.
Absolutely right. And speaking of taking things, I'm ready to take my glass.
Okay.
Pretend to see you are as well.
All right, I'm gonna.
That's Jack.
Thank you, Jack.
We're going to be, well, some of us are going to be tasting, others are going to be smelling. I know what my threshold is. I'm not going to pretend.
I don't mean to laugh.
Wow.
Yes.
So
Okay,
do we swivel too?
I think, you just want to observe the color for a minute, right? A lot of people don't know, but properly aged rum has no added color. So the rum actually goes into the barrel completely clear, and the result of the aging process, the type of barrels that you use, gives you the color. So I like to think that we have a beautiful amber colored rum, and so I just wanted to talk about the color a little bit. Now we can go to the smell. Now, you might be picking up some caramel, some burnt cinnamon, maybe a little bit of a spice note. You can't quite identify it. Maybe some vanilla notes. Now, we add no flavors to our product either. So all of those things that you're observing.
No flavors, no sugar, no anything.
No flavors, no sugars, nothing. So it's all coming from that barrel aging.
Oh, man.
Smells really good, Jack.
Okay.
It smells excellent.
Now it's 46%. So it's going to be a shock to the palate. So just taste a little bit at first, just to give you a little bit of a mouth coat, just to kind of adjust the palate. Okay, and cheers
first. Cheers.
Cheers.
I want your reaction.
It's not bad at all.
So.
It's not bad.
Okay.
No, I'm thinking of this in my fruit punch.
That's it. So,
Not bad.
a little warming feeling, right?
Yeah.
Tingly.
A little tingling feeling, yes. Now, for those who are real rum drinkers, they might see this product and they want to drink it neat. They don't want to add anything to it, or maybe just ice.
Yeah.
And we wanted to make a rum that you could do that with.
Yeah.
But not everybody likes to drink rum that way. So, this is also a really great ingredient in cocktails. So, you could, all the mixologists out there, try different things, share with us, tag us. We want to invent new drinks here in St. Kitts as well. We don't want to just follow what we see out there.
Exactly.
So, the mixologists, show me what you got, please.
Yeah.
Lovely, Jack.
Indeed.
Rum. Thank you so much for coming and talking with us today. And of course, bringing the rum. I know Cortencia will drink it, but just for commercial. So we're going to cut
Why
commercial.
Cortencia?
Before we go again, Jack, the website, the Facebook page, that camera is yours.
Yeah, so please follow our story at Old Road Rum Company on Instagram, Facebook, Twitter, and check us out online at www.oldroadrum.com. Our future founders, our future mixologists, please follow along.